Hey friends, I want to take a few minutes and talk about something that I am very, very aware we are probably way oversaturated with at this point. And if devices on which you watch these blogs could be clicked off, I'm about to lose several of you, and I know that. But I want to talk about coronavirus, COVID-19, particularly as concerns the disability community and the effect I see it's having on our general discourse and on our way of life. My folks in the disability community are scared to death. As I've mentioned in several social justice blogs this spring, particularly police violence against those with mental illness, and maybe a COVID blog or two, issues that are often political within the wider discourse or more able-bodied or able-bodied central narrative, issues that are political in the wider world are often embodied or worn or experienced differently and in a very viscerally emotional and emotionally gripping way by those with disabilities. And I think coronavirus or COVID 19 is one of those things because I am going to keep it really simple, guys. We've got to get a hold on this. And as a society, we've got to do a better job at not making mask wearing and social justice, not making mask wearing and social distance a political issue, rather, an issue of social justice and mercy and love. Because as a person with an underlying condition who lives in the first state in America this week to cross the 1 million confirmed case number of COVID 19, and the person who also lives in the state that sued to block a county judge in El Paso from enforcing a stay at home curfew because his authority can exceed the restrictions or lack of restrictions put in place by the governor of Texas. As a person with a disability who does advocacy in that state, in that space, in the disability space, I can tell you that COVID 19 to my people is an existential threat. I don't know how the virus would react to my condition, but I have participants and friends in the disability community and in the Julian way who I know are both scared to death and terrified and who would be at grave risk if COVID 19 were to be contracted by them or if they were to contract COVID 19. So I'm pleading with you, don't go out unless you have to. Stay at home. Let's flatten this curve. Wear your mask if you go out. Observe social distancing if you go out. I know I like my cup of coffee every now and then, every 2 or 3 days. I like to go sit on the outside patio at Starbucks, but I don't sit within 20 feet of somebody, and I don't wear my mask. I don't, take my mask off unless I'm outside of about a 20 or 30-foot radius of people. And even I am gonna curtail how much I go out for coffee until the numbers get better. We've all got to do our part. This is not a political issue. This is a justice and mercy issue for those who are elderly and those who live with underlying conditions. And to that end, I think it is time for the presidential transition to be official because that way Biden and his team can finally get access to the real government numbers behind COVID-19, and we can begin to work our way towards a formalized federal response to this crisis. You guys know I'm on the left. That's not going to surprise anybody. But this really isn't a political issue for me. It's a human issue. It's a neighborly issue. It's a justice issue. Please do your part. I'll do my part. You do your part as my neighbor. And we'll get this under control. But we've got to work together. Social distance, wear your mask, don't go out unless you have to, and wash your hands. It's a justice issue. It's a mercy issue. Thanks, guys. Stay safe. Stay healthy. I love you. Take care.